Today we're going to test out and put this through its paces, the Oiiwak digital inspection system. If you want to see the actual unboxing of this, stay tuned to the end of the video. I just want to get right into it so you can see what this thing can do. These things come in super handy. If you're trying to get it to an area you can't see or down on a cylinder, something like that, these things are great. So I got the camera right here and I just want to see what was down and behind here. So of course we can't see there, but if we come over to the screen, we can then slide this down inside here and see, well, we got a couple acorns. I guess I have to clean out a nest or something down in there from animals. That's good to know. You can turn the camera several different directions and hopefully maybe even work it down in there a little further. Very handy. The video quality, as you can see, is really good. I'm happy about that. This is the air intake. Let's look at this. If I back up, you can see that's where I'm going. Yes, you got a couple different options. Really, I mean, handy. Like if you had a leak you couldn't tell where it's coming from, you can use this to look around inside here because that's electrical components there. All right, another thing, I'm working underneath the dash area of this tractor because I had some wiring issues. So if you had to trace a wire, and you really can't, if you stand back, it's hard to see down inside here and where all those wires go. So you take the camera here and slide that down in there. We can actually follow some of the wires and we can turn around and kind of see where they're going. So keep in mind, this is all stuff that I just cannot see from up here. Okay, we're going down there further. Oh, it definitely needs to do some cleaning down inside there. I'm definitely impressed with the video quality. Let's see how it does if you go out to bright light, if it can adjust. I mean, look at that. Pretty good adjustment. I'm telling you, I'm pretty impressed with this thing. And again, remember, you can record video, which I'll talk all about that towards the end and more of the specifics. So look at the turn on time of this thing too. So I'm getting ready to turn the switch on right here. On. It's up. And there you go. So that's very quick, much quicker than if I use my one that attaches to the cell phone. All right, so you can see I'm going to go down into the cylinder here. So there's looking down in there because there's your intake port. So there's the top of the cylinder, the piston I mean. You got your intake opening, that's your exhaust. And your intake opening is right there. So you can see I got the mirror attachment on there. And we're going to go ahead and slide it down into the cylinder. Look at that. You can turn right around. See all the way around the sidewall. Looks good. So that's the mirror attachment. Next thing I'm going to test is the magnet here. And I have this nut. And this is just an example. Now this is a floor jack here. What I'm going to do is drop this nut down in here. And then go get it. So here we go. So sliding down, we're going to come up to that bolt. So there's the bolt. The bolt that holds the two pieces of the jack handle together. Oh, now we're caught. No, not yet. So I think the nut went past that bolt. All right, there we go. We're past the bolt now. Whoops. Now let's see if we can find that bolt. That nut. I see it. Question is, can I get the camera past that lip right there? Because there's another lip down there. We may not be able to get that nut back. I guess we'll learn the limitation. I see the nut. There it is right there. You can see it right there. I'm trying to twist it to see if we can get it to come off that ledge. Oh, I got it. Okay. We're almost down there. We are now connected to the nut. I don't know if it's going to stay connected. We're going to go slow. We're going to come up to that other bolt at the halfway point. So we're going to squeeze by that carefully. There it is. I'm at it. So hitting something. Yeah, there's the... Oh, now we're attached to that. Turn the camera, twisting the cable to come up past that bolt. By golly, I think we got it. There's the nut. It's coming up with us. A great example. And there you have it. So that's pretty darn good. So you can manipulate that camera. Very happy with that feature. The magnet seems pretty strong enough to hold that nut. Obviously it's not going to hold everything, but it worked perfectly good for that. So yeah, that's another great feature you can use this thing for. All right, I got another example I'm going to use this camera for. I want to go right in the fill plug hole and see what I can see. So this is another great tool. There's just no way you can see in here without having a camera like this. I don't know what I'm going to be able to see. I can definitely see some gears. Looks like it's not too dry, but it's definitely low on fluid. I can see that right away. Let's see how far we can slide the camera down in there. And there is a glare still we're getting. I'm telling you, it's better in person than it is on the camera here. Well, that's part of the gear. I'm trying to go around that, see what else I can see down in here. Oh, looks like that's some bearings right there. That's a pretty good image, really. Get a little closer. Yeah, that's a bearing right there. That's where it goes out through the front and hooks to the drive shaft. But that's, you're not really here for that. I'm just trying to show the quality of the camera. I mean, you could get up close and look at these gears and see if there's a lot of wear on them, because you can see, yeah, it looks like that's just oil sitting on the edge of each of those teeth, but the oil definitely looks a little dark right there. But I mean, look at that camera quality. That is very good. Oh, we're feeding it down in there even further. Just trying to show you as much footage as I can so you can make your own judgment. Definitely a different angle. That's the reflection of the camera, I think, right there in the oil. Yeah, that's, so you can see the reflection of itself right in the oil. I think we're in the oil now. Yep, we dipped it in the oil, so the image is all different now. It's waterproof. Hopefully it's oil proof too. Anyway, that's just another thing you can use this camera for, and I can't stress enough that as good as this is, you're seeing on the picture, in the unit itself down here, bypassing the camera, the picture is even better. So I hope you understand that. And I'm not just saying that because they sent this out to me at no charge. I'm being absolutely honest. The picture is better, and I'm very happy with it. If you're only using it for short stuff, I would recommend getting the one with a shorter cable, because there's 50 feet of cable here you gotta wrestle with. All right, now we're gonna try this on a standard kitchen sink, and you can see right away that we're not gonna be able to get down through these openings. But I mean, let's be honest, it's a 50-foot cable. It's really not designed for a sink like this option. And every tool can't do every job. That doesn't mean it's a bad tool, it's just not gonna work for this particular instance. Okay, now we're at a bathroom sink, and you see we have a stopper here. However, with just a quick little loosening of a nut underneath, you can remove the stopper and get down into this camera, I think. So let's get that stopper removed and see what the camera can do. Okay, this may not be for the weaker stomach people. And remember, pretty much everybody's drains like this. Probably should be clean once in a while. I haven't even looked myself, but hair gets down there and all that kind of stuff. So let's just down there and take a look. Now, if you were to lose your ring down in there, though, this might save you. Oh boy, look at that. Definitely could be cleaned out. So there's the little knob that hooks onto the stopper. We can go down past that. There's probably the overflow from the sink. I mean, it's a waterproof camera, so it's not a problem, but you certainly can see pretty good down in there. Okay, I think we're in the water now. You can see. So that sediment we've knocked loose. That's in the trap under the sink. So if a ring was sitting down there, we certainly could hook onto it with the hook probably and be able to pull that up. So that just gives you an idea. We'll come out of the water here. Okay, we're out of the water, coming up out of the drain. Ugh, hair, dirt, soap, scum, everything else. But there you go. Give you an idea as far as looking down into a drain. All right, another great thing you can use this for is for heating and air conditioning system. So we're going to take a look at this furnace right here and see what we can see inside of it. All right, so I've slid that in there, a couple feet down towards the bottom of the chamber, but you could, if you took your time, work your way around and inspect the chamber to see if there's any crack, and we can also go up and through one of the heat ducts. That's the top of the heat exchanger right there, because you can see the camera has some screws there holding the ductwork together. But yeah, you definitely can, get in places that you would not be able to see without this camera for sure. That's inside of a pencil sharpener. I don't want to sharpen the end of the camera, of course. Isn't that interesting? Again, you wouldn't use this camera for this. I'm just trying to give you some examples of what this thing is capable of and what you could use it for. All right, now that you saw what this thing can do, we're going to take you through the unboxing of it so you can see all the components up close, so you know what you're going to get when you order this system. Keep in mind, I did do a review of the Nidage, I guess that's how it's pronounced, quite a while back. I really like this one as well. It's a shorter cord, all that. However, this one has to hook to your cell phone, so there's a little bit more setup process before you can start using this. And as you saw with this one, you turn it on, you're good to go right away. So definitely a feature I like about this, having a freestanding unit. You don't have to tie this up, but this is much better as far as being able to just grab and go right out of the box. So what to expect when you open this thing up? So you have the user's manual right on top here. So it's kind of like a quick start guide. It's a very simple system though, which is nice. So it's not hard to really kind of figure out how to use this thing. So you can check that out. Some little protective foam in there. And here's the unit itself. Comes with a charging cord. It's got a chargeable battery, so it does come with that. I think it says it takes 2 or 3 hours to fully charge. It did come with a partial charge on it, so that's good. So if we lift this up, and that is going to expose our 50 feet of cord. So there you have it right there. There's the unit itself. I'll set the box off to the side. Oh, one more thing. You got the little attachments that go on the end of the cable. So we'll show you that too. Well, you've already seen it, I guess, but we'll show them to you individually. Comes with a protective screen cover on it. And of course the cable. The camera's right here on the end. The cable is on wrapped with some Velcro straps. You can use those to put it back. But I will say, if there was a way that this could be on some sort of a roll or something, it would be a lot better, because this thing can get pretty gnarly when you start really winding it out the full length and then want to put it back. But nonetheless, you know, the other one I have, or you can get this one with a shorter camera, is great for certain things. But if you're trying to look into, you know, fairly lengthy pipes and stuff, this definitely is the way to go. Now, the camera here itself is fairly lengthy. So, you know, that can't go around tight corners, you know, smaller pipes. It is a somewhat semi-flexible, yet it will hold its shape to some extent. So you can feed it in to a long pipe. You also can hook a snake on this and use that to help feed it in as well, because like a metal snake would be a little bit more stiff, so you can use that to get further in if you need to, if you're having trouble with it. The camera does detach from the top here. It's just a USB, and of course, you know, you got your unit here. Pretty lightweight too. I wouldn't say it feels super high quality, but let me tell you, the image on this was fantastic, as you saw. I was pleasantly surprised at the image on it. And again, I said you have the power cable here. Oh, that's pretty good. I'd say that's about a 3-foot cable, so not too bad. So that's good. And your attachments, and we'll show you how each one of these work up close here as well. But you saw how they worked in practice already. But to put these on the end of the camera here is a little ring that's protecting those threads. And you want to go ahead and grab that and then just unscrew it, set that aside, and then grab whatever attachment. Now this one here happens to be the magnetic attachment, so that's going to screw on there like so. And now you have, you know, a magnetic attachment that you can grab stuff if it's down in some side somewhere deep. So you have that, a nice attachment there, and you have a hook that can screw on. I won't screw them on all the way, but this has a little hook, so if you lose like a ring down the drain or something. And then if you want to see sideways against the edge, you have this mirror attachment here, so the camera faces that mirror and then it's looking, anything on this side is what it's looking at. So those are your 3 attachments there. When you're not using these attachments, make sure you put this cap, this ring cover back on here to keep those threads protected so they don't fill up with gunk, because it would be a lot harder to put on your accessories if you do that. I would say this tube could be a little bit bigger, because if you don't get these things configured quite properly, you just don't want to go down in that tube. You really got to get them kind of hooked in there just right. But it's important to keep them in there, keep them clean, and less chance of losing them because they are pretty small. So the on and off button is right here. Snap that on, and then you're going to see your screen come up, and then your camera is going to pop up right after that. Now, one thing I like about this is how quickly it comes up. Like when I use the other one, I have to take the time to link the camera to the camera. It doesn't take that much time, but this is just fantastic. You're up and running. It's a freestanding screen right here. I think it's 4.3-inch screen, plenty big. You know, you can hold it sideways if you want. I mean, and look at the quality. So that's across the room all the way, and the video is still decent. And then if you go close up, like on this wire tie here that held the charging cable, the video quality is just fantastic. I'm thrilled at the video quality. I really am. You can control how bright the LED lights are, and that's, if I put my hand on there, hopefully you can see it. You can dim it right down, slowly bring it up, and that's with this dial right here on the side. If you want to take a photo, you can see that the red box is around the camera setting here, If that's where it is, then you go ahead and click OK, and you're going to see at the bottom at the screen here, it's going to say take photo. It's going to flash quickly. See, it says take photo. So you have that. If you want to do video, you can scroll over, and now you're on the video setting. You're going to know that you're on video setting because when you push it, you can now see you have a counter at the top of the screen counting, indicating that you are in record mode. So if you have to show something to somebody, like if you're a mechanic and you're working on a car and they come in, they want to know what you were talking about, like something down in their engine or whatever, then, or someone's piping, you can show a broken pipe line, then you can pre-record it and then show the customer after the fact. So that's another great feature. And to stop recording, you just push OK again, the recording stops. Okay, to play back a recording or a photo, then you're gonna just push the arrow button so your red box highlights that next symbol right there. And then you click OK, and now that's a picture we took. And there's some video we took. You can see I'm not moving, but it is moving, so it's showing that video that we took when we were talking about it. Now, it does not record audio. The other one that I reviewed did record audio, so that would be nice, but it's really not necessary. If you're down looking inside of a pipe 20, 30 feet in, you really don't need to hear much. You're just trying to inspect the pipe and see what other issues it might be. So, but you know, there's video, and the quality is great. And to stop that video, just click OK, and then the video stops. And to go back to the other screen, because right now you can see your symbols are not up, you're just going to push this back button, and then that brings these symbols back up. And the last one over here is settings. You go over there. Now you can see the red boxes around the settings symbol. Click OK. And then you have all your settings that you can go through. You can change the language, the screen brightness, zoom in, rotate, format the SD card on the side. Tells you the space you have available, what version it's running, the resolution. So you can see I'm on resolution right now. And if I click OK, there is your resolution options, and we're at 1920 by 1080, which is the best resolution this has at the moment. You can change that if you wanted to. If that's where you want to be, just click OK and you go back. There is no touch screen, so that's not an option, but if you push the over arrow, then it scrolls down through, and you can select your language, and then you can do the screen brightness. Now when you select brightness or zoom in, zoom out, you're going to see right about here on the screen, it's going to show a little bar, and that tells you whether you're at full brightness or zoomed in or whatever. And it's only going to be up there for a second or two, so when you click OK, you're going to want to choose either up or down, and I'll show you that. If you look closely, you'll be able to see it. So do that, and then you see if I go down, you can see that blue bar going away, and I can brighten up the screen as well. But if you wait too long, it goes back to the home screen, and you got to go back in the settings to change that. I will say the buttons are very, I guess I would use like analog. You know, they're not like touch buttons or anything like that. They definitely have a click to them, and you do have to press. They're a raised button, but they feel pretty durable. When you're done with that, you're all set. You can always go back out, and then you're back onto the screen here. So that's pretty much the unboxing, but I want to do it kind of reverse and get right to it, so hopefully you like that. Oh, your charging port is right down there on the bottom, so you plug that in and charge it right there, so that's great. And that's really about all there is to it. It does have some information on the back here. So, you know, 4.3 inch screen, 1080p. So, yeah, hopefully you liked it. Hopefully you liked this review. And, you know, if you're interested, I'm going to put a link down in the description for it as well with, I believe, a coupon code, so you can check it out. This one, they were nice enough. They reached out to me and sent this one to me. So, you know, just so you know, just full disclosure, I did get this one sent to me at no cost. But I still, you know, I feel I did an honest review. There is some things I like about it, things I don't like. The wire is a big issue as far as being unruly. And, but, you know, most things I like. Oh, yeah, this container, which is really not a big deal. I mean, it'd be nice if it was a little bit bigger, but it's not changing the functionality of the unit or anything like that. Another thing I don't like is I wish this camera section could be shorter, which would allow you to go around tighter corners. But all of that stuff is not a huge deal, and I think this thing is worth it for sure, just because of the quality. I'm telling you, I'm stunned at the quality. I was very happy with the quality of the image. I was pleasantly surprised. Check it out down in the description. Please like, subscribe, comment, come back often for more videos. We'll be doing some more tool videos and reviews over time, of course. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.